Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parshas Terumah from Shlishi to Revii. In this week's Parsha we have the various items in the building of the Mishkan, and one of the items was the golden menorah. Moshe Rabeinu had trouble making this menorah, and even though Hashem gave him assistance, the Menorah says that he still had trouble. And then he was told to give the gold to Betzalel, and Betzalel would make the menorah, and in fact Betzalel did make the menorah. So the question is asked, how could it be that the great Moshe had difficulty with making the menorah, yet Betzalel was able to complete it without the problems? So the story goes about the Admur HaZaken of Ger, the great leader, elder leader of Ger, that he had this question for many, many years, and he eventually came upon a resolution. And what happened was that a relative, I believe it was his father-in-law, was going in for a surgery, and as the Admur came for Bikur Cholim to visit the sick, he bumped into the surgeon, and he was talking to the surgeon, and the surgeon gave a revelation to him. He said, I want to tell you that what just happened here is similar, as in the mashal, to a case where a king has this wonderful gem that's very valuable, more than gold even, but it has some type of blemish in it, and he wants to get it fixed. However, all the expert craftsmen are not willing to take this on because they're nervous that if something happens, they'll ruin this value of this king's valuable gem. So what did they do? They ended up going to another person who didn't realize that this belonged to the king, and he was qualified enough, and he did it without any problem, without any of the stress. And the surgeon continued that in real life you had this situation where Napoleon's wife was having a difficult childbirth. She was a difficult pregnancy, and none of the people wanted to deal with her because they were afraid if they messed up, if something went wrong, they would get blamed. So he had to hire an outsider, and the labor went smoothly and successfully. So then the surgeon said, and here in this situation, I've done this surgery. It's a relatively easy surgery, and I've done it many, many times. However, when I heard that it was your relative, then I became nervous, and that created an issue for me. It is with this story that the Admur was able to resolve the question. He said Moshe Rabeinu, on his great high level, he knew all the intricacies of the secrets of the menorah. He knew about all the kedusha of the menorah, and to him, he says, he became intimidated and fearsome, and therefore he wasn't able to succeed in this particular case. However, Betzalel, who, as great as he was of a lesser stature, so he didn't have the same fears and concerns, and therefore he didn't have trouble figuring it out. And that's why Moshe Rabeinu, while he had trouble figuring out how to build the menorah, Betzalel did not. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful Shabbos and a wonderful week.